Okay, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to, hold on. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to find a tempo to a song. So if you ever find a song and you really like it, but you don't know the tempo, well, this is how we're going to find the tempo and reason. You see this tap here? This is our by default, is always going to be at 120. So how you find the tempo is you have to pull the song up and play the song. Let's go to the beginning. Play the song, and then just hit the tap to the tempo. And I do that with my cursor, with my pointer cursor. Tap, 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 tap. Now you'll notice the number changed from 138 to 139. That's because the algorithm is trying to figure out what I'm doing. So what I like to do, and let me say this real quick. What I like to do is, because we are imperfect humans and we don't have perfect accurate timing. So what I like to do is do it for at least a good minute or two. And whatever average number it stays at, that's probably more than likely going to be the tempo. So it was averaging at 138, even though it was jumping to 139 and back and forth, or 137. But we're going to play it, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to use the average. See? Tap, 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 tap. From my experience, the tempo is more than likely 138. Because it is, even though it hit 137 and 139, it keep going back to 138. So we're going to shoot for 138. And then I'm going to show you how to make adjustments if that's not it. But the thing that's most important is that we have the accurate tempo, and the reason why is to help do the sliding easier. Make sure that the sliding in place is easier. Right now, what I'm doing here, right here, it stretches out the track, or you can make it wider by hitting this magnifying glass, or shrinking it by hitting that magnifying glass. You're probably going to be using these a lot, and this, you're going to be using that a lot. You're going to also adjust the stretch it by taking your mouse and hovering it right here, pulling down to stretch it, pulling up to shrink it. And you're going to also go left and drag right. So I've been using this lately. This is actually a new feature in Reason. This is a brand new feature. I use it often. It helps me to really get stuff done extremely fast. So what we're going to do here is we're going to first see if that tempo is right. When I look at the meters here, I'm seeing that it's slightly off. So what I do is I'll go way to the beginning, and then hover my cursor, hover my cursor right here and pull it down, so I can really go into fine detail and really look at the image. And I'll take note that they have a little bit of space there. That's going to knock off the tempo. So I'm going to take off snap. This snaps everything to grid. So let me show you real quick. If we keep it on snap and we keep it on bar, it's going to snap to bar. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what I was mentioning previously, how this is why copying chorus lines and copying bridges is so easy, because of the snap feature here. And I would assume that everybody got a snap feature, but maybe not. But anyway, when I want to fine tune things, or I don't want it to snap. And by the way, it can snap all sizes, half bar, fourth, 8. We usually produce between 16 and 32. 32 is only if we swinging, but we usually stick to 16 bar. And you'll see it just snapped a little bit. Okay, so anyway, let me take this off, and I'm gonna zoom in and go ahead and cut off that space. So now what I'm looking at now, a lot of times I can kind of just look at the line, the peaks, right? If we cut snap back on, you'll see it's snapping. I usually can look at that and tell if we're on beat, right? If it lines up after 4 bars or whatever the case may be, if it lines up right on the 1, then that's usually on beat. But what I'm gonna do is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 bars, so we're gonna loop 4 bars here. I'm gonna put the loop there. So to find out if this tempo is accurate, I'll make sure that click is on so you can hear the click, and then we'll go ahead and play it. And if it loops, if it jumps, it's off beat. But if it stays tight, it's clean, no glitches, then that's the tempo. And then you can also listen to the click. You can turn the click up and that'll tell you. See? So this is the right tempo. So that's the right tempo. So we have the accurate tempo. That's the first and foremost most important thing. If you have any trouble finding the tempo, then send the track to me and I'll find the tempo, because the most important thing to get things done speedily is to make sure that you have the accurate tempo. So sometimes people will sell tracks and they'll say the tempo is 140 and it might be 139 or it might be 141. And if you don't know, how to adjust it, that's just a time waster. But the reason why it's important for that, because for the next training is recording and then copying and pasting the hooks. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to do a dummy hook and I'm going to act like, this is a real chorus line. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do it and then how we're going to fly it to different places. So to record yourself, first thing you need to do, we found the tempo. That's important. The next thing we need to do is make sure that the audio is properly routed. So you want to go to your edit and go to your preferences and make sure that the audio card driver is selected to your recording device. So in my case, I'm using Universal Audio to record. All these other things was old devices that I used to use. This is my TV. But I'm actually recording from Universal Audio USB. So for me, I will have to click that. And for you, you're recording out of the PreSonus. So when you go to your audio card driver, you only should see your PreSonus and maybe some other Mac type stuff. But the main thing is you recording through your PreSonus. So you're going to click the PreSonus. I'm going to click Universal Audio because that's what I use to record. But now the problem is you may hear me recording, but you're not going to hear me recording in here, because to play, for you to hear this session, I had to actually hit primary sound. I had to hit primary sound for you to be able to hear this music that's playing. But for now, I'm going to switch it over because I'm going to show you the record process. And I'm going to show you the recording process. And then when I'm done, I'm going to switch it back so you can hear it. So now once we have that set up, now you see my meters is jumping. That means it's in ready to record mode. So what I just did, hold on. I just selected add track. You click that and create audio track, right? So now I just created a second audio track. Now, if you hit add track and you don't see this meter jumping, then click on this N and make sure that you have, you select your PreSonus, but make sure, you may have different inputs. Make sure that you select either your line 1 or your line 2, depending on where you got your microphone plugged up to. That is where is going to feed. So if I have my microphone plugged up in line 2, test. If it was plugged up in line 2, you would see the meter jumping, but it's not. It's plugged up in line 1. We usually have 2 lines. So it's line 1, yours more than likely going to be line 1. So that's how you get once you got your meters jumping, we good. When you're recording, definitely don't record hot. You see when it's turning red, don't do that. But also try to avoid giving me green. Like yellow is like the perfect, long as it ain't hitting hot. I just need it above. This is the noise floor right here. The noise floor means background noise and stuff like that. So to get a good vocal, is going to hit around this area right here. You want to hit around this area when you're recording the vocals. You don't want it to hit the red, and you don't want it to stay too down here. It's not loud enough. You want it to hit this yellow. Okay, cool. So now we're going to record a chorus line. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, now let's go to the next track. You select that, hit create, same thing, and just hit record. I want jelly butter and jelly toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and then we move on to the next. It's pretty much this simple. But after we're done, I'm going to show you how we're going to copy, slide and copy them. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So now we got the hook, and you do it as many times as you need. And I got my snap on, so that means that when I stop, it kind of just snaps to the bar. But if it don't, you can just select it, and you can hover the cursor around the edge here. When you see it turns into this, it turns into where you can stretch it and things like that. Just select it and tighten them up. Make it snap back to that. And there's a reason why. I'm gonna show you in a minute. The other thing you can do, say for example, if you record and you probably never really had the snap on, we got the snap off, so that's going to be there. That's probably going to be there, and that'll be there, depending on how you stopped it. Always come back up here to the snap so that you can have control of the shape of these bars. And then you're going to go to your razor tool. You can either go up here. Well, we're gonna keep it simple right now. You can hover here, click razor, and then what you want to do, make sure you got snap on. Cut the ends of the bars. And how you do that, you put your razor here, click the mouse, hold on to the mouse, and drag it so that these can be selected, and then you can hit delete. And that is how we shape it. Now, the reason why we want to shape it is because we want to be able to just slide and pop this into place, right? So let's say, okay, let's play it real quick. Let me put this on here and put it back to sound driver. Okay, you could hear me, but you wasn't able to hear nothing that was being played. Okay, so now I got these three recorded, and here's the music. Now you should be able to hear it. But we're going to play it, and then I'm going to show you how to copy and paste it. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so now I want to copy it twice. So all I had to do is select all of them, hold Control, or I think in your case it may be hold command, and now you can drag and drop. Now make sure when you drag and drop, you got that snap on so it'll just snap into place. So let's play it back and make sure that we copied it properly. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want peanut butter and jelly in my toast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want peanut butter. Okay, there we have it. So you see how we was able to record the hook, and that's it. You just one and done. You record the hook, do it, stack it as many times as you need, and that's it. It's done. So now, and I know I don't have to do this. I'm kind of just being extra right now. But let's say the song plays, but the hook is down here somewhere. Let's see where the hook is going to be. Let's see where we want to add the hook. We'll let this ride like 8 bars, and then we'll put the hook right there. Yeah. Right there. So we'll put the hook right there. So select them all. And again, to select it, take your mouse, hold the pointer, and just drag over where you're trying to select. And then just snap it, just drag it, snap it into place. Again, make sure you got your snap and bar on. Make sure you got your snap and bar on. So you know how to cut it, you know how to copy it, you know how to drag it. There's another way you can copy. So right now, they are selected. The easy way is to hold control and then select and drag. So basically, that's the much easier, way more easier way to copy and paste. Don't even worry about learning the other ways. Just stick to this pattern right here, and you'll be real swift at copying and pasting hooks. So now we select it, hold control, drag it again, bam. So now we got the chorus line 1, 2, 3. So that's going to speed up your process, and it's going to speed up my process, because now that the hook is in place, and again, we've been doing bridges lately, so it's the same thing. Let's add another track, and another track, and we're just going to act like I'm gonna select these, hold control and drag so we can copy, but I'm going to act like this is the bridge. Just act like you recorded that. I can right click, I can change the colors to keep things organized. So that's what I do. So we know that the pink is the bridge. Pink is bridge, orange is pink is hook, orange is bridge. So now you got a visual copy of what's going on. So after you add the hook, add the bridge, you ain't got to do it no more. Just select them all, hold control, drag and pop, or drag and drop, or however you want to word it. And then of course the lyrics is going to be up here. And now when you're done recording, now all I need you to do is go up to File, save it. Now I already saved it, but I'm gonna save it again. I'm just hitting Save As just to kind of walk you through the whole process. So we're gonna do save Peanut Butter 1. When I hit save, it's going to save all the audio. And fortunately, this is one of the primary reasons why I'm trying to get with you. Fortunately, it literally saves everything inside of that one file. So all I need for you to do is send the file. So let me go over here real quick. Let me see audio. What folder was I using? Let me see. I think ABC here. Yeah, peanut butter right here. So you see the size of it is 36. Some gonna be big depending on how much you how much you put to it. And all I need you to do, send me this file. The tempo gonna be there, all of the audio, everything, the arrangements. So all I gotta do is pull this sucker up, remove the track that you recorded to, and just start producing. And then everything is already here, mixed and mastered. I mean, not mixed and mastered. I start producing, mix and master, but I don't have to fly nothing. I don't have to do the additional editing because it's all done, and it's easy for you to do. That was the main. It's actually harder for me to do because I don't really be knowing where things go. I had to figure it out sometime. But since you have access to be able to do it, you can fly everything where they need to be, and then all I got to do is go over here and AI things and then produce. And eventually, I'm gonna teach you how to do the AI too. It's even easier than this, but just one thing at a time. So, and that's how I want you to save it. And when you save it, you send that whole file to me, and I can get busy, and we can get it cracking. You can move on to the next song, because you know how I'm going to pop it off. You know how I'm going to get it cracking. You know I'm going to make it right. All right, so let's move on to the next session. Or actually, before we move on to, I'm going to show you a few other things. What I want you to do, if you have any questions, text me and ask me to show you how to do it. And then I'll immediately get on, or maybe have a list of things, whatever. You don't have to try to figure nothing out. Don't try to figure nothing out. If you run into a problem, text me. I'll make a tutorial for you so you can be up and running. Because the faster you can get, faster I can get, we'll be blowing C's mind. He'll probably be telling us to slow down because we'll be delivering 5 tracks a week. Because I can actually do a song. I mean, especially with how I'm trying to do it, I'm really trying to be fast enough to do a colors on a block type song in 1 to 2 days tops. That's my goal. So anyway, with this information, we'll be able to move very swiftly.